So as promised, Archbishop Nkea joins us in studio today to share what is happening in his country of Cameroon. Archbishop Andrew, thank you so much for stopping by. This is great.
Thank you, Brother Bishop. I prefer that because we share in this ministry of Jesus Christ. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. And you're also the president of the Bishops' Conference in Cameroon, too.
Yes, I'm the president of the Bishops' Conference since last April.
Okay. More work.
Work on work.
But good work.
The harder you work, the more work you get.
So tell us about the situation of the church in Cameroon.
The church in Cameroon started in 1890 when the German Palatine missionaries came to Cameroon and landed in a place called Marienburg in the Diocese of Edea. And since then, the church has spread. The second mission station, which was erected in the parish as a parish eventually, was Bonjongo, at the other side of the Atlantic, where the missionaries now left Edea and sailed down by sea. So we are just 120 years, you would say, of Catholicism.
Relatively young church.
It's a relatively very young church. Yeah. And but the church continues to grow from strength to strength. And the first diocese, it was the Vicariate Apostolic, and the first diocese was created in 1950. But between 1950 and 2022, we have grown to 26 dioceses.
Wow.
That is a mighty jump.
It certainly is.
And that's why we say that we thank God for the growth of Catholicism in Cameroon. And in that sense, the church is doing very well. The people are committed. They are looking up to the church for many things. The defense of the rights of the poor. And Caritas, established in practically all the dioceses, is doing a very wonderful work.
And this armed conflict has been going on for more than 5 years. Is there any way to move toward resolving it? Is there a resolution in sight?
It is very difficult. This crisis started in 2016, but the history of the crisis is linked from the unification of the two Cameroons, the Eastern Cameroon and the Western Cameroon.
I see.
The French-speaking Cameroon and the English-speaking Cameroon. English-speaking Cameroon is 20% of the population. And so the people are claiming marginalization and not given equal opportunities, and some want a secession. That's what the politicians want. And this resulted to an armed conflict, which is really, really disturbing our people and also really impacting the life of the church.
Yeah, the church is right in the crosshairs. I know that priests and sisters have been kidnapped. Would you be able to argue that the church is being targeted? And what's the cause, if so?
The church has been at the crossroads since the beginning of this conflict, because the church stands for the truth. The church stands for human rights. The church stands for the protection of the rights of the poor. But this is not what politicians stand for. When we dialogue with the secessionists, the government thinks that we are with the secessionists.
Okay.
When we dialogue with government, the boys think that we are with government. And so each group does not want us to have anything to do with the other. And we say that true to our mission, we must talk to anybody at any time. And this is what is putting us into a lot of trouble, because we are not taking sides. And because of that, the secessionists think that we are with government, and the government thinks that we are with the secessionists. But then, because of the way the conflict has evolved, there's a lot of business that has come into play. The boys are coming to the church now as a soft target to be able to kidnap priests or religious and ask for ransom.
I see.
ransom to buy houses or to buy cars or to buy guns. But we have our stand, and we have discussed this in the National Episcopal Conference. We will not give any ransom, because you start giving any ransom, you will not stop.
I see how that could be. What about the diaspora, those living outside of the country? Do they have any role to play in resolving this?
Yes, the diaspora has a very important role to play, because practically all those who are influencing this conflict are out of Cameroon. They are in various countries around the world. But it has evolved to a situation where each group in the diaspora have a small militia at home,
really? Okay.
who execute their orders. And this is where it is important.
Very complex.
Very, very complex. It is important to involve the diaspora at every stage of looking for a solution, because they are very involved.
Is there a message for us here, the Church in the United States, who are hearing about these, reading about these tragedies in Cameroon? What can we do to help? I mean, we've been praying here at Catholic TV, but what else can we do? I mean, we will certainly keep praying.
There are many things that the United States can do. The first thing is that as you say, we thank you for your prayers, because those prayers have really sustained us. But you can go further. There are congressmen in your area and senators who can discuss this at their level and see how to intervene very officially. Mm-hmm. Because all what we are doing now, we are meeting in the background and we are praying. Yes, but that's not enough. We have to go a step further to get our congressmen who are within our area to understand the problem and see how from the official level they can intervene. This is a very important, either put pressure on the government or put pressure on the secessionists to come to a middle ground where the common people will not suffer. Because the two elephants are fighting, the grass is suffering.
I can see that. Well, we have to keep up this conversation. Young church in Cameroon with a young bishop, Archbishop, also president of the Bishops' Conference in Cameroon, Archbishop Nkea. So great to have you in-house, and I hope that you can come back again so we can keep this discussion going.
Thank you, my Lord Bishop.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes, and it is my pleasure to be here, and I will come again.
I hope you will.
I will, definitely.
So look forward to that. We're going to go back now to more of This Is the Day.